Have you ever found yourself wondering if a younger woman is secretly interested in you? If you're an older gentleman dipping your toes back into the dating pool, it's important to know the subtle signs a younger woman might be interested. These flirtatious cues can be easy to miss, but once you learn to spot them, you'll be ahead of the game. So grab a pen and paper, fellas, because today we're diving into the telltale behaviors that reveal when a younger woman has her sights set on an experienced silver-foxed suitor. 1. Subtle maturity mentions. One of the first things a younger woman might do to signal her interest in an older man is to subtly mention her own maturity or how she feels old for her age. This could come in the form of commenting on how she prefers quieter nights and over wild party scenes, or how she's grown tired of the immaturity of guys her own age. By drawing attention to her relatively advanced mindset, she's hinting that she's ready for the stability and sophistication an older partner can provide. For example, she might say something like, "Ugh, my friends are still so into the club scene. I just feel like I've outgrown that whole scene, you know? I'd much rather spend a nice evening having intellectual conversations over a glass of wine." Or, "Guys my age just seem so juvenile sometimes. I feel like I'm constantly having to be the adult in the relationship. I'm looking for someone who has their life a little more together." These types of comments are her way of positioning herself as being more developed and self-assured than her typical peer group. And by extension, she's hinting that an older, accomplished man would be a better fit for her maturity level. 2. Compliments on appearance. Another telltale sign that a younger woman is interested in an older man is if she starts complimenting his salt-and-pepper hair or distinguished looks. Gone are the days of young women only swooning over fresh-faced heartthrobs. Savvier, more discerning ladies these days know that there's something undeniably attractive about a man who has lived a little, earned a few battle scars, and wears them with confidence. So if you notice a woman in her 20s or 30s casually remarking on how good you look for your age, or how she finds your graying temples or crow's feet positively dashing, take note. She's not just paying you a polite compliment. She's letting you know that your experienced, sophisticated appearance is a major turn-on for her. You might hear something like, "Wow, your hair looks amazing. I love the salt and pepper look. It's so distinguished." Or, a lot of guys try too hard to hide their age. "But I think the little lines around your eyes are really handsome. It makes you look so confident and comfortable in your own skin." These kinds of comments are her way of giving you the green light that she finds your mature, lived-in look incredibly appealing. She's making it clear that she's not intimidated by your age, but rather views it as a point of attraction. 3. Seeking his expertise. Another way a younger woman might signal her interest in an older man is by bringing up topics related to his profession or areas of expertise, eager to soak up his knowledge and experience. This allows her to position him as the wise, seasoned mentor while she plays the role of the eager student. For example, she might ask his opinion on the current economic climate, the latest trends in his industry, or for career advice if she's just starting out. Or she could steer the conversation towards his hobbies and interests, like wine tasting, classic cars, or world travel, and listen raptly as he shares his passion and insights. The key here is that she's creating opportunities for him to demonstrate his competence and authority on certain subjects. This not only flatters his ego, but also subconsciously reinforces the age gap between them and the power dynamic that comes with it. You might hear her say something like, "I've been thinking about getting into real estate investing. What advice would you give someone just starting out? I'd love to hear your perspective since you've been so successful in the field." Or, "I have to admit I'm a bit clueless when it comes to wine. What would you recommend for a nice smooth red that pairs well with a steak dinner? I feel like I could really learn a lot from you." By positioning him as the experienced expert, she's making it clear that she finds his maturity and expertise incredibly appealing. It's her way of signaling that she craves the guidance and mentorship an older, wiser partner can provide. 4. Playful age banter. Another flirtatious tactic a younger woman might use is engaging in some playful, good-natured, age-related banter. This could come in the form of her joking about his dad jokes, or affectionately calling him an old man in a teasing yet affectionate way. The key here is that the age gap is acknowledged, but in a lighthearted, almost celebratory manner. She's not poking fun at his age, but rather reveling in it, and subtly hinting that she finds it charming. For instance, she might say something like, "Ugh, there you go again with another one of your dad jokes. You're such a dork, but I kind of love it." Or, "All right, Grandpa, I think it's past your bedtime. Let's get you home before you miss the early bird special at the diner." These kinds of playful jabs are really her way of flirting, and creating an intimate inside joke between the two of you. She's essentially saying, I see you, I accept you, and I'm totally into it. It's a way of her gently poking fun while also subtly expressing her attraction. The key is that the banter remains lighthearted and good-natured. If she starts making hurtful comments about your age, that's a red flag. But if she's teasing you in a flirtatious, affectionate way, take it as a sign that she's very much interested. 5. Eager to learn. Another way a younger woman might signal her interest in an older man is by asking him about his life experiences or travels. Eager to learn from his wealth of knowledge. She's positioning him as the seasoned, worldly partner who can expose her to new ideas and perspectives. For example, she might ask detailed questions about his time living abroad, the lessons he's learned over the years, or his thoughts on current events and how they compare to the past. The subtext here is that she views him as a fascinating, cultured individual with invaluable wisdom to share. You might hear her say something like, I've always wanted to visit Paris. What was it like living there for a few years? I'd love to hear about the sights, the food, the culture, everything. Or, you've had such an interesting career. What's the biggest lesson you've learned along the way that you wish you knew when you were starting out? By showing genuine curiosity about his life experiences, she's making it clear that she finds him captivating. And on a deeper level, she's hinting that she craves the opportunity to grow and learn alongside him. 6. Shared interests and values. Finally, a younger woman might signal her interest in an older man by bringing up her preference for classic or vintage things, subtly suggesting that their tastes and interests align. This could come in the form of her fondness for old-school movies, vintage cars, vinyl records, or other retro aesthetics. The implication here is that she gravitates towards the same kinds of timeless, sophisticated tastes that an older, more seasoned man would likely share. It's her way of saying, hey, we have a lot in common, and I think that's really sexy. You might hear her comment on how she loves the style of a particular vintage fashion era, or how she prefers the warm, analog sound of vinyl over digital music. Or she might wax poetic about her love of classic literature or black and white films from the golden age of Hollywood. By making these types of references, she's hinting that she has an old soul, and that you, as an older man, would be the perfect match for her more refined sensibilities. It's a subtle way of her saying, I may be young, but I'm not like the others. I'm mature, discerning, and I think we'd be a great fit. So there you have it, fellas. The telltale signs that a younger woman has her sights set on an older, wiser partner. Keep your eyes peeled for these flirtatious behaviors, and you just might find yourself with a ravishing young admirer. Good luck out there.